Hey guys, Minotaur28 here, hope you're well. I'm just going to show you a game with the B4, as people call it, the Polish, B4 Polish. Some people call it Orangutan, some people call it Sokolsky, whatever you want to call it. This was a game I played last night. I'm not going to say what the club is, I'm not going to say who the name of the person is for data protection reasons, because I think it would be a little bit unfair in them. But if you want to learn more about how to play B4, this is your video, okay? So, without further ado, here we go. Feel free to follow me on Minotaur28 as well below, as you can see. So when white plays b4, black plays e6, and then bishop b2, knight f6, and b5. Black plays d5, e3 for white. Black plays bishop b7, and when knight f3, c6. White plays c4, and when black castles knight c3, c takes b5, c takes b5, and then knight comes to d7. White plays a4. Now, black plays e5, which I thought looked a bit wrong, but apparently the system said it was right. So nevertheless, I carry on playing. I play d4, and I thought that black was going to push on here, but he plays pawn, e takes d4. So white plays knight takes d4, and then when knight comes into e5, it looks like he's in a better position. So white plays bishop e2, black comes to knight c4, and I'm thinking, just get rid of that knight, because it's starting to annoy me. Get rid, bishop takes knight c4, and then pawn takes bishop c4, and I feel that takes the pressure off myself a little bit. And then when I castle, bishop then comes to g5, and I'm thinking, hang on, has he wasted a move there? I feel like he's lost a bit of tempo, because it's a wasted move, because all I'm going to do is play bishop f3, sorry, not bishop, pawn to f3, and then bishop comes back to h5, or wherever it wants to go. In this case, yeah, it was h5. So I think black's lost a move there, because so queen comes to e2, attacking the pawn on c4, and the tension, the pressure's starting to build now, because he needs to defend that pawn. Black needs to defend the pawn on c4, so he brings the rook to c8, and then I play rook d1, so when the knight comes out the way, it's attacking the queen on d8, so I'm building the pressure in the centre of the game. I want to gain control of that centre. Obviously, black saw it. He brought queen to a5, which doesn't worry me too much, because I'm just going to play knight f5, attacking the bishop. So bishop then comes to b4. You can see that a lot of pressure, a lot of tension gaining in this game now. The pressure is getting really high. But white's got a really good move up his sleeve there, and I feel this is probably the best move. So knight c5, wow, sorry, d5, knight d5, because if you look at the board now, bishop on b2 and knight on d5 are attacking the knight on f6. So if bishop takes knight, pawn takes, and then knight takes pawn, or you do knight takes knight f6, pawn takes knight, and then bishop takes pawn f6, you then a pawn up. So I feel like the black knight has to take the knight on d5. I think it's the only thing he can do at this point. So, yeah, when knight takes knight, d5, rook takes knight, and then black plays a killer move here. It's a sniper of a move, which I think, again, is probably the best move for black, because there's so much pressure on both sides. He plays c3 with a pawn, and now I'm starting to worry. I'm starting to think, hang on, have I missed something here? I feel like I might have missed something. You know, I wanted to get my knight into e7 to fork the king and the rook, but I can't because the bishop's there. So bishop comes back to c1, the only thing I think I had going. Queen comes to a4, again, taking the pawn. Doesn't really bother me too much. I'm not too worried about that, because if I do knight takes pawn g2, g7, sorry, if the king takes back, rook wins the bishop on h5. However, he's seeing it, so bishop back to g6. Knight comes back out to f5, only move he's got to defend himself, because it's defended by the rook. Queen comes to b3. There's so much pressure here. I don't know what's going to happen. He's attacking the rook. So queen has to come to d3 to defend the rook on d5 that the queen on c3 is attacking. So I'm defending the rook now from being taken with my queen. Now, this is where the mistake comes in. I feel like black makes the first mistake. It comes to, I beg your pardon, rook c5. Now, this is the first big mistake in the game. I want you to pause the video and find out what the next killer move is for white. Did you see it? Yep, you found it. Boom, knight h6. Because what's going to happen now is king comes to g7. Queen d4 check attacking the rook. Both rook and queen attacking the rook on c5. Winning the exchange. So wherever the king moves, rook takes rook, bishop takes rook, queen takes bishop. But at this point, black is so oblivious, he just does king takes knight h6, and then the killer move. Boom. e4 checkmate. So where the king's gone, rook or queen or bishop has got it. I hope you enjoy. Follow me, I'm in Thor 28. Hope you enjoy. Thank you so much for watching.